Well, here we are. It's Saturday. Saturday, 21st of March. I was going to do today's vlog in Greek, ancient Greek, but to be honest, I'm just a bit tired and I'm not sure I can rattle off all the things I want to talk about in ancient Greek. So today, I just want to talk about a bit about what's happening in the world in English in terms of coronavirus, COVID-19, the numbers. Today, Australia went over 1,000 confirmed cases, doubling at a rate of about every 4 days. That means that if we follow the projections, if we continue to double at that rate, and if we follow the patterns of Italy, Spain, France, UK, that means within 8 to 10 days, we'll have 10,000 cases of COVID in Australia. And I think for me, I thrive on the information that is knowing what's going on and understanding and seeing the data, but also reading the reports. Singapore and South Korea especially have managed to flatten the curve, so to speak. Rates of new cases dropped off dramatically in South Korea once they got on top of it. I was looking at testing data today, and very positive sign. So that gives me some comfort, and I think Australia has acted, relatively quickly in terms of social distancing measures. Though it seems like there's a much greater need for adherence to those. So we had in the news today big problems with just people down at Bondi Beach living it up, which is stupid. You just cannot be gathering in those numbers at this time. And so they've closed the beaches to stop this kind of behaviour, and I suspect that's my fear, or that's my suspicion, that as things go on, Australian policy will need to become stricter, because if we do not, we will be at 10,000 cases in 10 days, and the death rate will climb radically, and then we'll be where France is, where Spain is. Hopefully not where Italy is. Looking at projections today within, I can probably just pull them up, to be honest. Where are we? If Australia keeps going, then by 8th of April, we will have 50,000 cases, and we will be exceeding the number of ICU beds, and so the death rate will spike. The fatality rate will just massively spike if we get above hospital capacity, and so that's to be because now is crunch time for Australia, and it's already past crunch time for other countries. That's why the measures have been so extreme, and my fear is that in other places the measures are just not extreme enough. The US, I think, is going to suffer very, very badly from this pandemic. So this was happening in the world of COVID. Today's the weekend here. Spent some time with family. Spent some time reading Radical Hope, a teaching manifesto, and was just reading through the first part of that today, thinking about pedagogy, how we teach in college, university settings, and what that looks like. And particularly, it's kind of ironic the way this opens. The first line of the introduction: it has never been more difficult to teach in higher education than in our current moment. But what Gannon is talking about is neoliberalism, the decline of the academy, all those pressures. But here we are. It's even more difficult because everything has moved online. So that's the world we live in, and yeah. But the point of the book, well, the opening of the book about hope, radical hope. What is radical hope in teaching? And it's not giving into despair and jadedness about the teaching enterprise. but it's having a hope, but having a hope that is founded in a critical pedagogy, that is practice, that is reflection upon the practice of teaching, that not only has a hope for the other side, but is putting in the hard work of critically reflecting upon how to get there. So that's what I was reading today. Apart from that, today's been a kind of interesting day. Did my first Latin Twitch stream this morning, which kind of went all right. It's the most niche market in the world, perhaps. People interested in watching a Twitch stream of me gaming and talking in Latin. We'll see where that goes. And then tonight, watching the first half of the newer Blade Runner movie, which I missed at the cinemas. It's so cyberpunk. It just has that post-apocalyptic cyberpunk feel to it, written all over it. So I watched half of that today. Finish it off tomorrow. And that's it. I'm going to go to bed now. It's almost 11. And tomorrow I think we'll be back probably with Latin. See how we're feeling. Would like to do some of these in ancient Greek, but I just don't always have the vocabulary or the focus compared to other languages. Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm going to sign out, and I'll see you tomorrow night.